Alright, so I wanted to upload this battle because I thought it was a really good battle. I but I kind of wanted to do a commentary for it because a lot of the predictions don't really look too much like predictions, but I do want to explain how I did the moves that I did choose. Um, this was a pretty high ranked battle, I think, or at least a pretty average battle in general, I guess. I think it's pretty high ranked. Maybe other people don't, but It was in the it was in the early 1400s ranking level, but either way, the ranking doesn't really matter as long as the game was a good game. Um, I have my team just in general to begin with. I don't have a good fighting stopper. Um, Normally it would be Crobat here, but I made this team to use Mega Beedrill, so I'm using Mega Beedrill. So as you can see, I really don't have much to stop fighting types. The Toxicroak was scaring me a little bit, but all in all, it didn't. I thought I would be able to do pretty okay against the team. I made a few really good predictions, and I made a few really bad predictions that ended pretty bad. He also made a few, not a few. I think we each made one really bad prediction that cost us a Pokemon each, really. But so it kind of evened out like that. But it was a pretty good game. So I'll stop. I'll stop ranting. And I'll just get straight into the battle. Expect the Uxie lead with the Focus Sash or the Stealth Rocks, and I was correct with the lead. I was wrong with the set though, because it's a Scarf set. So what I want to do is U-turn on his Stealth Rocks and then go into anything. Probably Bear's just going to go into Beedrill, but he just goes into Umbreon, hoping to absorb that. I go into Beedrill, U-turn. He reveals that he's got Rocky Helmet, which is going to be an issue because I don't have knockoff anymore. And because I showed U-turn, I didn't really want to go for U-turn this turn, but I really should have. I was tempted to, but I didn't really want to. Him getting up rocks for free, so I double from Magneton because I think he's going to protect either way so that he can see what move I'm going to lock myself into because most Magneton are choiced. So I just double. He goes into that. You get a U-turn. I go into Hydreigon. This time I go for the U-turn and I'm back into Beedrill. I expect him again to go into Fortress and I don't want to take any more Rocky Helmet damage, so I go into Hydreigon, but he just protects, so I lose a bit of momentum there, but that's okay. Umbreon can't do too much, really. Take this opportunity to get rocks up, because rocks are going to be huge against him in this battle. Expect this to be the Life Orb, Protect, Speed Boost Yanmega, but from that damage, that is definitely Tinted Lens Specs, and that was pretty terrifying. But Umbreon was a good stop set. He brings in Fortress. Kind of just expected him to spin, and I think that's what he should have done, but he was able to get the Volt Switch, but I am still able to go up to full. This is probably Assault Vest Toxicroak, I was thinking, because they like to run Assault Vest, so Draco would not kill it if it did have Assault Vest, and I didn't want to rely on Fire Blast. I do make a nice prediction here. I go for the Roar on me predicting him to bring in Yanmega, which is huge. I predict the Stealth Rocks because he did not use Stealth Rocks with Fortress, and most people who use Fortress most people when they see Beedrill on my team try to get rocks up immediately. So I made a really bad play there bringing in Beedrill, but he made a really bad play there bringing in his Fortress on my Swampert. But he does have the Yanmega to bring in. I was just sacking Fortress here. I didn't think it would be able to take it because I do know it's Tinted Lens specs, but the Bug Buzz was definitely going to happen, and I did not want to bring Umbreon in on that, so hindsight, I probably should have kept Fortress alive, but I needed to sack something, and then I was able to just U-turn with my thing. He goes for Rain Dance, that just boosts my Scald, but as we can see, that does a lot under the rain for the waterfall. Burn was very helpful, but I feel Umbreon could have taken one and then foul played, but the Burn was very helpful for this game. I still need my own Swampert, so I switch and sack Magneton here. I didn't see any reason not to protect because his Swampert dies on re-entry. I do predict him to predict me to switch. I do predict him going for anything other than a fighting move, so I just stand and go for Wish, and it's going to be nice because I get to heal up Swampert. He knows I'm going to switch into Swampert, so he goes into Azelf because it's got that energy ball. I'm not going to stay in for that, but he knows I'm not going to stay in for that, so he goes for U-turn, and he knows that it's super effective against everything else because it's way too risky to stay in with Swampert. He just switches into Swampert as fodder so we can get a free switch. Nice play. Goes into Azelf. I switch again into Hydreigon. He goes for U-turn again. That does a lot of damage. And I'd also know these things really like to carry Sucker Punch, so I did not want to risk that because I would definitely kill in that range. I go into Swampert and make a... actually, no, never mind, I don't. I made a prediction once where I went for Scald on the Toxicroak, but him bringing that in, Earthquake does good damage. He's at a low enough amount that I figure my best play is just to stay in and try to deal with it. It does 30%, and I do carry the Roar, so I am going to be able to get rid of the Umbreon, which is also going to be huge. He's been U-turning each turn, so I make a kind of ballsy play and stay in. Not really too ballsy, but I do stay in on his predicted U-turn, which was very nice, because I could have just died for that. He is pretty much... He's only got the 2 things left, and I've got the 3, but the Toxicroak could be a bit of an issue for my team. Sack Hydreigon to get a switch because everything else outspeeds with Toxicroak with priority and Azelf with Choice Scarf. I actually misclicked there going back into Umbreon, so my free switch was not free, and that kind of made me sad. Yeah, here's where I made the prediction. It wasn't too big, but I went for Scald on the Toxicroak. Now he's pretty much forced to go to Energy Ball because he dies from pretty much dies to re-entry anyway. So I wasn't gonna risk staying in for that. He goes for Gunk Shot, hoping for the poison, which he gets, but I mean, wasn't really too big of a deal, and I'm not going to try to play around with the Azelf because it just dies on re-entry to burn. Go for the Earthquake. It's going to take it out, and Rocks are going to finish off the Azelf, I believe. Yeah, even if it didn't, Umbreon walls it. So I thought it was a really good battle. I was really happy with it. I didn't commentate it before, but I just wanted to commentate it after just to kind of show the few predictions I made. Like staying in with Swampert didn't really seem like it, and going for Roar with Swampert didn't really seem like they were predictions. But a lot of them I think were pretty good plays in themselves, and a lot of them pretty much won the game. I think roaring on the Yanmega really put me ahead. But anyway, that was the battle. I'll see you around.